Howdy, folks. Sapper here, aka Sean, and I'm bringing you turn 12 of Labyrinth the Awakening. So, I had to look at some rules, I had to adjust the map a little bit. Um, the GWatt penalty is now going to be -1 because the world has got one more soft than hard. And I don't know, there's so many counters on the board, sometimes it's really hard to you just miss things. Like the Philippines is way over here in the corner. Everybody else is, and China too, is easy to miss. But after doing a count, it looks like, and I don't even remember when I placed the Serbia one, but it's so now there'll be a penalty of -1, and that will happen with I believe War of Ideas. Yeah, I was gonna. So I'm glad. So it might have affected my Gulf states. Actually, I don't think it would have, because if there was a -1, I rolled a 6, it still would have happened. But again, it's just one of those things that when you're playing a game like this, and I mean, you can see the amount of um, tokens and cubes and everything else on the board. There's a lot of visual stimulation, and you're going to miss things. So I've adjusted that. Also, there is a something that I didn't think about. It's called convergence. Each time a country becomes either good or Islamist rule for any reason, the controlling player immediately rolls once on the random Muslim country table and places an awakening or reaction marker there. So I did that for Afghanistan because they went to Islamist rule, so we had to place a -1 reaction token somewhere. I think I put it in Iran. Because it's basically, so it's kind of like this, right? So if a country changes to Islamist rule, that idea is spreading to other countries. So, and then I also did it when the Gulf states changed to good. I think I put the awakening token in Saudi Arabia. So the good ideas are spreading, and then the bad ideas are also spreading. That's kind of what that represents. Um, oh no, I'm sorry. You roll on the random country table. So honestly, I don't even remember where they got put. But I did do the convergence for Afghanistan. I think it went to Syria, but I don't remember. Um, and I did do the convergence for the Gulf states. So I put an awakening token on some random country on the table, and I put a reaction token on some random country because they changed to Islamist rule into good. So there you have it. All right, let's see what the jihadis are going to do. Je suis Charlie. All right, Republican marches inspire global support. All right, if jihadists, let's see. Set U.S. posture to opposite of the world. It's already there. Or roll one die, prestige reduced by half that number rounded up. So we'll do the or since it's already at opposite. So we're going to do the or here. Prestige reduced by half that number rounded up. Let's see here. Well, my prestige is already okay. My prestige is already at 1. So if what card number is that? 224. All right, if you can do neither, so here we are. Je suis Charlie. If neither, treat is unplayable. So it's an unplayable event. Playable non-US event. No. Is there a major jihad success at poor? Possible. Almost. We could have almost done that. So that will be no. Is the funding tight? No. No. Okay, so basically it looks like we got to recruit, but we can't recruit because there's nobody available. So I think it'll end up being a travel because you do radicalization. It looks like we're going to add these to the reserves. I always forget to use reserves too. Second card. Yeah, that one's going to happen. Suicide Volunteers Stream In. It's just crazy that, it's for me to think that people are just willing to do something like that is just unimaginable. All right. Play if country has regime change or civil war. Well, that's Somalia. Place 5 cells there and remove 1 aid. If any, or if none, place besiege regime. All right, there's no aid. Looks like we're going to place the besieged regime. Yeah, we'll place the besieged regime there. Because we can't, there's no cells available to do that, so we can't do that. What I would say, all right, let's look at radicalization here. So with all unused ops value, if cell in US and WMD, no. If US hard and no penalty, no. Because there is a penalty. If US soft, no. Recruit, we cannot recruit because we don't have the cells to do that. Add remaining ops to jihadist reserves. If reserves are full and ops remain, recruit. Then travel to US. This is not good at all. So it looks like we are going to travel to the US, and I would say they would probably come out of Afghanistan. So, well, the good thing is I think, let me look. Travel. Move a cell to target country. I think because the United States is good 1, you got to roll a 1. So chances are pretty slim, but I mean, I know how things work. So let's do that with 2 of these. Yeah, look at that. There we got 1. So we got some dirt bags in the U.S. now. Not good. So one of them he's gone. That goes there. So luckily there's no WMDs yet, but once that happens, I think that's an auto loss too. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. This, I don't like this, where you basically change cards with each other, your highest value. That's not happening. I think, did I look at this one? Osama bin Laden has been removed. So I would get 2 prestige out of that, and they would get -1 funding. So I think I'm going to play, we're going to get Zawahiri. So Zawahiri just got. We got him. So -1 funding, and then +2 prestige. And then we remove that card. All right, what is our second card? Could put Libya in a civil war. Libya is not really my concern at the moment. It is honestly, Syria is like my huge concern at the moment. Activate 1 cell and remove 2 other cells in a single Muslim. I think I might do that. I think I'll do the factional infighting. So we'll activate a cell and remove up the 2 other cells in a single Muslim country. So we'll do that here in Syria. So we'll remove 2. That's good. We'll activate 1. So that we just eased a little bit of pressure there in Syria, and -1 to the funding track. So funding's getting really bad for them. So that's good. It's exactly what we wanted to do. All right, let's see what the response is here. All right, that's going to be, I think that's going to be some plots. Funding is tight. Look at that. Yeah, cells available. No. Yep, it's going to be a plot. So we're going to do a plot. Let's see. Ooh, we can do plot. Well, plots in the U.S. We can actually do plots in the U.S. now. They won't. There's no WMDs in the pool, so we know that. All right. So yeah, we're gonna do both of those. That will not be a good thing. Funding to 9 would be awful. That's like a, they want that, right? Like that's the goal is to get stuff happening in the U.S. All right. All right. So we need to roll a 1. Okay. Dodge the bullets. Dodge the plots. Sleeper cell goes active in the U.S. All right, so now I gotta figure out how you get rid of a cell in the U.S. Are there troops there? There's CIA there. Oh, look at that. It's gonna be the same thing again. So it looks like we'll do the same thing. It's the law of averages, right? Eventually I'm gonna roll a 1. And I just did. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to spend a card. Spend a 3. Those I don't want to happen. Yeah, I think I will do, which one? Immediately ends, okay. Play of 6+ troops are on the troops track. I can do that. I think I'll do... All right, I'll put this... I don't like that card at all. So I don't want to switch cards with the Jihadi player. Even though he might have a good U.S. card, but... Actually, why don't I do... You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. Let's do... We're going to use the ops value to get rid of that plot in the U.S. So that plot is gone. Now I have one more thing to do. What do I want to do? Do I really want to do that? Basically, so what we do is if both sides have cards, US gives jihadist highest value jihadist card, and the jihadist will do the same with me. Or if you know what, I'll hold on to that. Because I don't, give me one of those. Guess I need to hold on to, you know what I think I'll do is I think I'll put that in the reserves, and that will allow me to probably use that in case another plot gets revealed, which I think is very likely. So I'm going to put that in the reserves. And here we go. See, that's going to be a plot. So we'll do some more plots here. All right, got lucky, no plots. Oh, sequestration. Don't I have a card that acts with that? Oh, yeah. That one right there. So what is sequestration? Play if US soft. No. All right, so playable non-US event. No. Major jihad. No. Funding tight. Yes. Okay. Plots. More plots. I think this is going to be a turn of nothing but plots. I got to get that sell out of the US. Got lucky again. That was their 2 cards. Holding on to that. I have 2 in the reserves, so I can use that. All right, let's do this. Benghazi is going to fall. So if Libya or an adjacent country has an awakening marker. Egypt has awakening markers. Place Libya in civil war. Place 2 militia there. Set Italy to hard. All right, Libya is now hard. The world is at 0 as far as relations go. All right, Civil War. Where's my Civil War token? All right, so Civil War token looks kind of like that. Is it the same on both sides? Yes. So automatic recruit. Auto recruit. 2 militia. The good thing is, so we have a troop there because I played the Operation Serval card a long time ago. So that counts as a troop, and then we have 3 militia. So that might work out. I have troops there to where I can actually do stuff. And that gets removed. Was that my... No. That was my first card, so I get 1 more play. Holding on to that. Holding on to that. If those next 2 jihadi cards are good in my favor, I can play this card. I can do a regime change in the Civil War. I could probably do that. I'll have to see if I actually want to pull the troops off the troop track to do that. That's going to be tough. Place an active cell and a reaction marker in Iraq. I can't do that. So I think, let's see what happens. I think I can ignore that because I can't put a cell on the track, so I can't do that. Let me check. If you can't meet all the requirements of the card, what happens? All right, so I'm safe in playing this because you have to be able to meet all the preconditions. Play an active cell. I cannot play an active cell, therefore the other stuff doesn't happen, so I get the ops value. Now I have to figure out what I want to do with that 2 ops. What about that? I don't know if I might want to throw that one away. I'm reluctant to play this. I was thinking about borrowing 1 from the reserves, and that way I can do a 3 op, so I can... Because I need to start getting some of these guys, some of these countries to fair and also improving our governance. So shifting from adversary to neutral to ally. But at that level of governance, I need a 3 op to do it. I think Egypt is probably a good target right now because I'll get a +1, which will be negated by my prestige. And then it's a -1 shifting to good. So I would basically need to I need to roll a 6. Let me think about this for a second. I also need to figure out how to get that sell out of the U.S. All right, I think I'm going to lose an op, but I think I'm going to disrupt. And I can get rid of that sell in the United States because you don't need troops in the United States. It's got to be a non-Muslim country, ally, or country with at least 2 troops. Well, the U.S. is a non-Muslim country, so I can do that. So I can remove that cell. And I will do that because I don't want any more plots in the United States. All right, so that is my turn. Well, that's the U.S.'s turn. Look at that. That would have ended up being 2 more ops in the United States. All right, so that's going to be ops, or that's going to be plot, I'm pretty sure. Funding is tight, yes. Sell available, no. Plot, yep. So that's going to be a 2-plotter. Now let's figure out where that's going to be. With troops, unless prestige is 1. Prestige is 1. Pakistan, nope. Philippines, no. The most active cells. Looks like Syria. But the goal of a plot, it'll get me some funding. Yeah, I think. Let me see. Where did we say what that was? Syria, unless no arsenal. Yeah, I think we're going to do those plots in Syria. And honestly, it's going to be an automatic success because the target number is a 3, but we also have -3. So even if I roll a 6, it'll be 6 minus 3, so it'll be 3. So there are 2 plots that just happened in Syria. Maybe I should have left them in the U.S. because we haven't been rolling 1s, and I was ready for a. There we go. Maybe I should have left it in the U.S. You never know, right? Let's see what their second card does. All right, smartphone. I think they'll play that. Actually, you know what? Let's, what was that? That intel community was a 2. Let's use one of those reserves that the jihadis had. We'll see if we we'll put an extra plot there. It's going to be a super tough turn for America. This just gets added to the reserves. So nothing big there. And now it's my turn. I got 3 plots to get rid of. Here's 1 plot with my reserves down to 0. And we'll get rid of that one. That was a 1. Then we'll play that one to get rid of the second one. That's a 2. What one was that one? That was a 2. That's probably a 3 right there. And then it's the jihadis' turn. They have no cards, so then it goes to my turn again. And I can't get rid of a plot with that. I'm not going to play that. I don't want to. Actually, let me see. Hold on. this plot resolves. That's a plot 1. Unblocked plot in Syria. In a Muslim country. Yes. +1 funding. Country was not a good. If country has troops, -1 prestige. Let me see. Let's double check these militia, if they count as troops for that. No. All right, so here we go. Do not trigger a prestige loss for plots or major jihad success unless troops are there. So that's good. No prestige loss. If Muslim, roll a number of dice equal to the plot's number. We can't lessen the governance any more than what it already is. So that's it. So basically we did, the funding was the only thing that increased. So that was good. So that plot is gone. I could remove 1 awakening marker from up to 2 separate countries. I don't know. Am I willing to lose an awakening marker anywhere? I'm not doing it in Afghanistan. I could afford to lose one in Iran. I can afford to lose that one, no problem. Because this will allow me to try to do a war of ideas. Let me... I think I'll remove 1 from Iran and one from the Gulf states. The Gulf states, that one's not going to affect a whole lot. So I'll do that so I can try to do a war of ideas. So we'll do that. Let's hope that don't backfire in my face. So we're going to try a war of ideas here in Egypt. So I have a +1 overall from these. I have a -1 for the War of Ideas, so that gives me a net 0, and then trying to shift to good is a -1. So I have a -1 to the die roll for this War of Ideas. Yeah. All right, well, so I lost some awakening markers to accomplish nothing. All right. Overall, I think that was not too bad of a turn. I think I dodged a lot of plot bullets on that one. And yeah, the state of the world hasn't changed a whole lot, but I definitely got lucky. I was hoping to be able to do a little bit more than that, but that's how it works. Look at that stack of plots that happened. 4. Got really lucky on that one, I think. So anyway, that is it, folks. Turn 12.